ready for next. Brilliant helps you become a great problem solver with engaging lessons. With over 100,000 5-star reviews, Brilliant is a better way to learn. Get started for free today at brilliant.org.
Nice.
Your perfect domain is out there. Go to Wix and make it yours.
Oh my gosh, that
Claim your space online. Own your
that
brand,
volume is so
your
low.
brand, your breakthrough. And the rest just clicks. It all starts with a domain. What's yours?
No one's got everything, but the street does have everything.
That's
They take
crazy.
you on a tour of New York City's Diamond District like you've never seen it before.
Tracks on the street, man. Tracks NYC is the best.
Why isn't my Rocket League showing that?
Past the
I don't know how to
showcases,
turn
past
it
the
off, to be
sidewalk
honest.
hustle, straight into the engine room of how this world actually works.
I mean, I always find a way to make the headlines with the jewelry shit.
GIA made it to the mecca of the jewelry industry.
Somebody found this in the ground.
We're telling the story of how a single block was built by Jewish immigrants who escaped war and persecution.
It's not something you see every day.
And rebuilt their lives and an entire industry one stone at a time.
Oh, Jack Reese.
Fourth generation of the diamond business, 89 years.
Belly of the beast continues.
Who transformed the survival into a global
There's not
powerhouse
a door you can't knock on, right, Martin? They got all.
that still defines the market today.
It's a secret. This is not something we.
What is this thing? And now we're showing you where it's going next. The forces reshaping
Nice.
it, the mega players who have controlled the flow of money, power, and diamonds for half a century. This is the Diamond District, unfiltered and finally revealed from the inside.
11 in the morning in the Diamond District. We're gonna go on a serious Diamond District adventure with someone who's been in business for over 50 years. Set the price of every diamond for the past half century. The belly of the beast. He's shooting me, I'm shooting him, and we throw out, we just can't.
This is Martin Rappaport. He's single-handedly responsible for the prices of diamonds around the world.
1978 published the first diamond price list.
RapNet. It's the world's largest online diamond trading network with access to 1.6 million diamonds worth over $6 billion.
Co-founder of the Kimberly Process Locking Company. He didn't just enter the diamond business, he transformed it entirely.
Diamond legend. Someone who's been pricing every diamond that's been purchased for the past 50 years. Someone who has extraordinary authority amongst the Jewish people and amongst everybody in the diamond world. From the miners to the cutters to everybody else. An eccentric man, you know, that's not scared of anything, but stands up for what he really believes in. And he's taking me on a tour. And he likes to wake up early.
We're still doing the Diamond District tour. I got one important client that's in fashion.
I don't know what he was talking about. I don't know what I did. I just got him like crazy.
Right now. You'll see.
Are you happy with it?
I'm very happy with it.
Alright. Well, where's the jacket that I did video?
It's in Italy. Alright, so going to Italy on Friday. Despite have a brand and we're gonna put these in some jacket. They can do it patch. So there's the screw bag. Put one in the boot.
So he sourced these pieces himself. We sourced these pieces, and then we iced them out for you. Where did you get these things from? Somewhere in Italy?
Yes, I get the hardware. Now you have to wear short pants so they
Oof, I missed
I
that.
mean, you put that in a lot of places, but that really lights it up.
it just like, you know,
It turns it into something else.
this shit's crazy. And it's cool because like it's modular. I can put on a jacket.
I don't know, this guy's kind of annoying, but I think he's just bad.
How are you gonna premiere it?
Like, I don't know, that shot is normal.
During Paris Fashion Week,
Right.
in the neighborhood called
Nothing special about
kind
it.
of like the Soho.
I don't know, he can win though.
And
He
we're
can.
here at
It's
Paris
possible.
Fashion Week. This stuff is like obviously not for our ready to wear,
Right.
For our couture, which is like all made to order. A lot of our pieces are extremely handmade, hand sewn, leather that's being like tattooed by a person. We do everything is very meticulous and handmade. Where are you doing
I don't really know what he's talking about. I'm gonna win probably.
Just north of Venice, Italy.
The Vincenzo shows, the gold show there.
Oh, no, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of jewelry make that.
It's a very high quality.
Our factory deals with.
Where even is he?
There's a lot of
infuriating, but it's a beautiful part of town. And it's only 40 minutes from Venice. That's what I was gonna say. So from there we went to Venice, the kosher restaurant. They have the Venice show is a major show. Is it still happening? Yeah, it's still there. You guys still go? I haven't been there in a while. I think the last time was when I went with you, Mig.
Yeah, I mean, Thailand knocked them off a lot. Now it's Harris. It's a whole new world. Harris is going to have a big impact on you too, I'm sure.
It already has, to be honest with you. I mean,
I don't know what he's doing, to be honest.
our stuff is already expensive, but like the tariffs make it hard, make the shit more expensive for the American consumer, you know? Like, hard to absorb. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people travel, so
What
they travel.
Italy to the US now? What? No, we shipped a package with like maybe 4 pairs of pants into the US, and then they tried to charge us $1,500 for 4 pair of pants. For 4 pair of pants,
It's 15%.
our pants, they retail for like 11,000. Our market
Let me
price
actually-
is a pair of pants, and production cost is still high. So they're not charging us on this $11,000 retail price, but we're still paying pictures of dollars for the pants we get made. So like we're getting mass. You know?
Oh, nice job.
Yeah, everybody's eating shit in one way or another. But luckily, we have a factory here, and that really helps. I wasn't BB. You gotta survive, bro. What can you do?
And look, you know, like France, you have VAT. If you try to sell anything from Europe, you can have VAT to import it into the country. These tariffs are pretty much like the European VATs.
And VAT's crazy. It's like 20%.
When you go to Europe, but here there's no VAT.
Oof, he's actually pretty good.
The US doesn't have VAT. Trump's saying, we're going to charge you for this import stuff, and I'm going to reduce the income tax. So instead of taking so much of an income tax, I'll take less. It's a plan. It's what he's thinking.
Well, let's see how it actually works out. The setting is perfect. Like every road, I was telling you, the actual work, like it looks beautiful.
So everything worked out great. Now you just have to premiere this, and it's going to be one of the first diamond pieces of apparel I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's gonna be fire. Let me see. I'll send you updates when I get to Italy. We're gonna try out a few different items and
Right.
and we'll try to make it pop. I mean, whenever I like with jewelry somehow, I always find a way to make the headlines with the jewelry.
Yeah. No, they want you in the jewelry industry some way, somehow. So, right now, we're always here to support you, man. They appreciate you, bro. Alright,
Damn, he's actually really good.
Right.
Okay, I gotta win.
You gotta look for the barber hole. The barber thing.
Think you found this place?
No, yes, you found it. How long have you been creeping around 47th Street?
49 years.
49 years. How many years have you been on this street?
21.
Alright, and I've been
Not far
50 with Ziggy, so you've been 100 something years.
I mean, listen, this is one of the busiest streets in New York City, to be honest.
This is where my first office was. 30 West. This is where I was. 5th floor. It was a quarter office. It was a desk that was so small. What was the rent? $100 a month. That's how it started, man.
The first thing was beating up Martin. He's vlogging on his phone. I turned that shit off. He was like, whose phone are you turning off? He looked at me, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know how much content he has with you since the 70s, I think. Taking us to a spot, a little dive in for shakshuka and the diamond.
I'm bullying him like he deserves it.
You see the barber thing, man? Now, if you don't know the barber thing, you're never gonna get there, guys. Find some coins, right? Right. And the guy does your shoes, okay?
This man knows about it. He's been on the
Oh yeah, he's been here for a while.
I do.
Alright, and then Will, this is inside. And here's the barber. Yes, sir. He's having his shakshuka, okay?
Okay, that's
This is
not
where
it.
people hang out, like a secret place. Here's everybody hanging out.
I want to try one, man.
Try shakshuka, dudes.
Hey, go ahead. Whatever you recommend, man. Recommended a cheese burrito. Whatever you say.
There we go.
3, I'll take all 3. Whatever. Someone's gonna have it. What's a shakshuka? I got 3 of them.
Let me show you this over here.
Well, listen, I could.
And then you go get something. Hang on. First, let's go over here.
So we gotta sit down somewhere. Man takes me to go get shakshuka, and then he's like, nah, here's the secret. Well, I want to try the shakshuka.
Oh, so why don't we go to your office?
Let's go to my office or the park on 46th Street?
No, let's go to the office. Let's go to your office. We can't do the street, and here is the tracks domain.
Before I go over here, you're gonna have to
Team, so you know
take
this.
this.
Share.
I want to share this big secret shakshuka that
I
Warren's
think you built it up too much.
He's been, yeah, you built it up too much? Is that what happened?
Yeah, actually, it's gonna taste like garbage.
Nice.
Gotcha.
No, it's nice. It's a great breakfast.
No, what it is the president once said that is what it is.
The shakshuka.
It's alright. So what makes 47th Street the street? What drives us? Well, obviously it's the concentration of three important things. First of all, crowd. There's more crowd in 47th Street than anywhere else in the United States. Two, money. If I show you something that's below the market price by 5%, someone's gonna gobble it up like a fish. And third of all, expertise. They know how to take those gems and take those metals and make something out of it. So 47th Street has a little village.
In the early decades of the 20th century, New York City's diamond trade was little more than a scattered collection of cutters, brokers, and small-time dealers spread across Manhattan. As Jewish refugees fled Nazi-occupied Europe, many carried with them the most portable form of wealth they owned, diamonds. Stones that were sewn into jackets, hidden in luggage, or tucked away in the seams of their clothing. But even more valuable than the gems were the skills that they brought. Generations of cutting, dealing, and craftsmanship perfected in Antwerp and Amsterdam. When these refugees first arrived in New York, they didn't immediately settle on 47th Street. In the 1920s and 30s, many worked out of Canal Street, but as more refugees arrived after the war, space tightened, rents climbed, and the need for a centralized, safer, and more professional hub became impossible to ignore. The newly built office towers around 47th Street had small, affordable spaces, perfect for cutters, setters, and dealers who travel light. The block became a chain reaction of craft and commerce. Word spread, if you want diamonds in New York, you go to 47th Street.
No one's got everything. The street does everything.
Imagine, 1970 or even like in the 1960s, 50s, and you need a dime. You don't even know anything, you can't look anything up on the internet, you have to go to the New York Public Library.
No library connections. Everybody had an uncle who had a cousin. Many of them were Jewish refugees after the war.
Right.
Certainly in the 1950s, the community of Jewish people came and built 47th Street. This used to be a canal street. The origins of the diamond industry in New York was a canal street in the 1930s and 40s.
Wow.
I actually started by selling on Canal Street. I picked up 47th Street, went down to Canal Street shops, and sold the boots over there.
Yeah, the one thing that's the other
just being opportunistic.
Nice.
yeah, that's the way it goes. We have a first stop. What's our first stop?
The real diamond district was really viewed in by Jack Reeves. Belly of the beast continues. Here's where we're gonna cut the stones. Jack Reeves, one of the real founders of the diamond district. These are people that have been cutting stones for generations, going back to the Jewish people when the temple was destroyed. I don't know, you have to grab your gems and run for your life. This is why we're working in the gem field, or we're working in this. When you have to pick up your life and move on, and you could take a couple of gems and take them with you. If you have a crazy shop or a crazy business in ancient Babylon, where you know the biggest factory, and then all of a sudden Nebuchadnezzar's reign is being threatened or whatever, what you're gonna do? You're gonna pick up that factory, or you're gonna pick up all that stuff and get going? No, you're gonna have to start from scratch, unless you got some gems.
Sure.
And this has really been going on for a couple of thousand years, and the Jewish people running around from one place to another pick up the habit of working with stones. High value, small piece, and keep it moving. And this is a glimpse into that heritage of people that are working hard. And they're really, really good people at Jack Reeves. A lot of people are going to be tempted to treat them, by how they look. And you're going to see that in the comments. Hating on Jews right now, all the shit that's going on in the world is real popular, real easy. Different people have a different goal. I remember after 9/11, it was Muslims. Just because of the way you look, you get treated like shit. If you have your eyes open, you have to see things for what they are and how they are. You are entering a heritage of people that is working hard.
Oh, look at this. This is like ancient Rome, like I'm back in Italy.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Come on.
We're trying this.
We're cutting stones in New York City with the family in the beginning. From 80, 90 years. Come on in, please.
Not a lot of people get to see these. These are the boys that are cutting the stones, and they're here in New York. We've got some rough cut diamonds right here. These are diamonds that are rough, like out of the ground. They're straight out of the ground. Well, they don't look like this out of the ground, do they? Yeah.
Well, this guy's actually trying the other guy's really good, but he wasn't trying half the time, so he's still almost beaten, even though he wasn't trying half.
This is as it comes out of the ground.
Oh, okay, cool. So, I mean, this isn't really commercial grade because it's off color, but it looks like you can get something nice out of that.
This stuff is worth money.
And this is how many carats here?
60 carat.
So you lose 70% of the weight.
No, 50%.
Between 50 and 60% roughly of the weight will get lost in getting this into a finished, natural diamond. Okay?
And you know what's amazing? A lot of fancy shapes often less expensive than round. And the reason is because rough comes in a variety of shapes. It's not like synthetic, it's all the same.
Right.
And therefore, when you want to optimize the shape of a rough for a certain fancy shape product, you're going to get a better result. So you have to know absolutely the shape of the rough to decide the shape of the polish.
Nice.
Now, take a look at what it looks like when the servant tells you to cut the diamond, the polish of the rough on the syringe.
I'm going to take this rough cut diamond.
Yeah, mine. He literally did get minus 1,000.
Alright, we're going to close it. It's set. It's set good. The stone is right here. We're going to close it.
And we're not only looking at the rough diamond's outside characteristics, but the surgeon is also looking for imperfections in the diamond.
Right.
And then saying, well, if you cut it this way, you can get a
Damn, it's a 1v1 duel, bro. Shit.
Something else. And it gives you all the options of what polished diamonds can be the result of this rough diamond.
So now the stone is scanned, okay?
Oh my god.
Let's go to the next part of the thing you were just looking at. And this is
That's
the
crazy.
stone that could be inside if you cut it. It's the cut plan.
But that's the whole trick of the
You
business.
just kicked it in something.
Getting the most out of money.
Keep Ziggy's pockets inside that. Once you plan it, you print it, and then you have somebody who has years and years of experience cutting. So what's the plan for the stone? Does he know already? Oh, it's right here? Right, and you're measuring this little by little. Very precise work, years of experience required. Not something you're gonna get into overnight. It's not a barbershop.
This ain't Shakespeare.
This ain't Shakespeare line. And these stones eventually get, after all this, they get DIA.
Everything was
This ain't shakshuka, bro. Shit.
You figure out what you want to get out of it, you cut it, cleave it, polish it, and then sand it. What's the most interesting stone you cut? Tell us.
I have one 112 carat cushion. And when how long it takes to cut, I have one 250 carat to make excellent pair. Took a long time.
Right.
A month, a year? No, I think about a month to work. Yeah.
That's a good set.
You see, it's a perfect acting on.
So what is that going to turn into?
Probably 2 round stones, I would say.
Yeah, so out of this, we're going to sit here and get 2 brilliant cuts that will be roughly 1 carat each.
Oh,
Yes? No? Less? More?
How much is it?
1.5?
no.
2? Right, 2 stones, a carat, 2 carats each?
No, they're different sizes. One will be bigger, one will be smaller.
Oh, that's 13 carat rough? Okay, so I'm sleeping.
Yeah, there's not really a way to say that. It's way easier than it looks for for Splatoon. Sounds like it's hard, but not for a Splatoon.
From rough to polish. Everything else.
That shot is very easy.
Botswana or in different countries.
Oh, nice.
India, I guess 98% has been spotted.
92%.
92%, I guess. 92% is India.
Yeah, it's very nice to have this in the diamond district because it makes it a real place. So you guys are really holding.
We're still holding the manufacturing. Been holding manufacturing, and let's hope that it's going to come back and so it's going to continue what used to be here, like 3,000 products.
Enough tariffs and sure.
That's it.
You know, I've been in the diamond industry 21 years. I didn't even know Jack Reese existed. That's the top. They're getting the big rough stones and they're cutting them. That's where the money's at. Okay, they're working with the top. You found a 50-carat diamond. You want to turn it into money. You're gonna have to go to Jack's.
So we have two dealers. One of them is House of Diamonds.
One is RCI.
And these are two wholesalers. I think people making more money on 47th Street because the memo is the name of itself. That's the guts of 47th Street. That's what we're going down.
Now, a memo, what is a memo? Memo, for the people who are just starting out, a memo is where you can take something and pay for it after you sell it. So you go over there and you say, okay, give me a memo on this ring. 35,000. Go and see if you get it to your customer. Because you got the customer, I got the ring. How can we get together and make this happen? With a memo. In order to get a memo, you have to be a trustworthy person. I invest into making this piece of jewelry. I'll buy the materials, I'll buy the gold, and you invest into the store. And you come to me and I'll give it to you on memo. If you sell it, bring me the money. If you don't, bring me the piece back. That's the memo. Again, Martin is taking us straight to the top of the world. I was climbing this world, I was climbing to the top from Canal Street. But the top of the world is all connected in a lot of different ways. So he's showing me the top, I'm still learning something.
Damn.
They've got the big boy pieces and the big diamonds, you know? They've got the stones, someone's got this. And we're at House of Diamonds where they've got crazy pieces.
Hey, this is straight. 1 to 5. And then there's upstairs. A lot of the stuff that's going on is upstairs. Above the street level. I'd say that maybe 5% of the action's on the street. Upstairs. Alright. House of Diamonds.
I think we were at their place in Vegas.
Yeah. I can now start to try to understand what's going on here.
Okay.
Nice.
So, you know what, you're shooting on me in the background.
That was a good shot.
Monstrous.
He just passed it to me, but I shot it in. So.
Right. 8 generations a lot.
Our ancestors used to provide.
He shouldn't have passed it to me.
And then gradually we transitioned into diamonds. And with the diamond boom, we have come to be specialists of diamonds in 3-carat plus. Fancy shapes. Our headquarters are in New York, and everything is based in New York. We're one of the largest memo houses.
One of the largest memo houses, right? So the word memo is popping around. Some people don't know what you're talking about.
There's different businesses in 47th Street.
Nice.
Manufacturing diamonds from roughly people who are making jewelry. But a good part of the business in 47th Street is servicing the entire United States economy for diamonds. 20,000 jewelers across the United States of America that might need specific stone for specific client. Where they can find that stuff and get it FedEx the next day. Well, here they are. Because of the threat of 47th Street.
I don't know why I was doing that in the first place.
Pretty much in 24 to 48 hours. New York is leading in the entire aspect of demand of 40 years.
This is a view you're not going to get anywhere in the world.
47th Street upstairs.
It's incredible how much is in this industry and how many people depend on somebody wanting to wear a diamond.
That's something that they were aware of. That goes back historically.
Right.
Before they were into guys got married, they gave cows and roast morning.
Right.
Girls in Japan, jade in China. The idea of gifting.
Right.
It's fundamental to the culture of the people. You go to the Arab group, do you know they give between 10 and 50% of their annual income they give as gifts?
Right.
It's a gifting culture.
Right.
We believe in gifts. We like gifts. I have a jewelry from the Kalahari Desert made by the nomads.
Right.
Using ostrich shells.
Right. Wow.
People are making jewelry time immemorial. I mean, you got it in the Bible. I mean, it's unbelievable. Well, first of all, there's a breastplate with the high diamond.
Right.
And then it says Isaac meets Rachel. Those are rings and bracelets.
When you open up a grave from 10,000 years ago, and if it was an important person 10,000 years ago, you're going to find their weapons and their jewelry with them.
That's right.
Their sword, their bracelet, their this, their that. That's how it was. That's part of being a human being. How much value is this trade?
This is worth around $4 million.
It's a $4 million trade. What's the most expensive stone here?
This would be this 10-carat DFL, 528 diamond. It's a very exceptionally cut.
It's oval.
Oval.
How much?
10 carat.
Thank you. It's the full 10.
DFL type 2A investment quality, and it'll cost you $1 million. What I think is the most important part about our industry is the trust.
Right.
When you think about human emotions, what is the most satisfying human emotion? It's when we can trust each other. Honesty is the most important part. I would rather trust an honest person than a really rich person. A really rich person could be dishonest. I'd rather trust someone who's honest and doesn't have that much money, because I know he will pay me. Nowhere else in the world will you see people loading these huge amounts of diamonds solely based on trust. Who else will give you, like a $2 million loan? Like, take your time, take a month with it, take 2 months with it, and you just let me know. Like, banks would never do that.
Hopper open. You want to see these? No filter. So if Taylor Swift got one of these, then we would be selling one of these. You know? But just to be up here, holding a pen is quite the experience.
This is how the business world works. I want you to be equipped with business knowledge on my channel. Okay, you watch the rest of these videos, you watch the library videos, you're going to see businesses operate. Because I want you to have an advantage. I want to live in a society where people are productive and beautiful things are happening. Not where people are blind and getting stuff.
Here, we've got this customer.
Let's see that.
No, it's nice.
Wow, that's beautiful. Hard to get these things. So the memo business is competitive. We were just there must be thousands of different.
Oh, I scored that? I don't know how.
How do you get the exact diamond and the next jewelry or somewhere? Well, you got
Paul, honest.
like the place that we're at right now.
Honest to God, Paul, honest to God.
Tens
Honest
of
to God.
millions of dollars of diamonds. And the whole purpose is that when the jewelry closes, he gets to it the next day.
Right. Martin says, and he rarely says, when he says something, it means
Another 1v1 dude. It's very crazy.
it's an important story. Okay, so how long have you been in the business, sir?
Since I was 18.
Me too. Okay. Yeah, I showed up here in 2004. You showed up around here.
Oh, I started the business in 86.
That's the year I was born. I had to. And it's all right. What's unique? I mean, what did you do? How did you get your foot through the door?
It all started with my father passing, unfortunately, at the age of 46.
Right.
I was 18, I just graduated. He worked full-time at Xerox, and he always had some side things, and one of the side things was selling gold jewelry for the last year that he was alive. So when he passed, I had to take over, unfortunately, obviously take care of the household. My sister was 12, and I started selling gold.
That was really fast.
And then eventually, I ended up having 21 people selling for me. At Xerox, Kodak, and Delco, which is all the factories in our city.
Right.
So I had 21 people selling about $1,000 a month. And eventually I went and got some beauty shops, and I had 13 beauty shops selling $1,500 a month, and I was selling about $5,000 a month. Then I went to jewelers. I sold gold, couldn't sell it to them, that was too expensive, found somebody that was cheaper, partnered with the guy, this is the short version of it.
What made you successful? Just tell us the secret. You know, you fought this business, and I'm sure you went through hardships. People stole, people did, people ran off, people lied, people thought they were better than you themselves. For sure. Yeah. But they all ate dirt in the end.
In the end, I think my success is a few things. First of all, I came from the outside. Everybody knows the business is predominantly dominated in the wholesale things by Jews, right, and by Indians. I'm an outsider. I came in, you're Italian, I'm a Sicilian.
Sicilian?
You're Sicilian. But in the end, by coming from the outside and living in Rochester, which is also an advantage in some cases, I saw the industry being very archaic. Back then, everybody was writing things on paper for their memos or invoices. I came in with computers. I used FedEx, was being cheap using registered mail. So I did everything overnight. Everybody else was still doing reg mail. And, I also came up with our original lifetime trading policy, which is the only one in the industry that sticks to it, by the way. We started in 2000. So every diamond that anybody buys from us, they can trade it in, get full value.
Right.
Trade it in, it's not damaged.
So you use reason, logic, and business tactics to pride.
Like Walmart and local businesses, and they saw all this stuff up here, isn't it? I said, why don't we apply that in our industry?
And you schmeiss the competition.
Yeah, pretty much. everyone always said it was impossible to do out of Rochester. Which, no, listen, if you're gonna start a business, it's easier to start here in diamonds as opposed to where I was. Nobody was into diamonds. So everybody that worked for me, obviously, I had to train from scratch because nobody knew the diamond business. So it was a tough haul, but yeah, I think it was also a little easier because you didn't have the bad habits of what the industry had, if that makes sense. Like here,
Oh, oof, that was close.
and they all share their misery. Like they all complain about business constantly. In Rochester, I have to control the atmosphere, I have to control everything. Because we're the only ones there.
Mr. Miyama, this is the famous hole of my first office is right over here on Fluid Street. So my first
I think I even hit that even on replay, but it was a very short hit.
right over here. And I remember thinking, you know, they're gonna make that 650 rent. There's a lot of filler in here. I think so.
So he watches the show that he's got a lot of watches.
That's his game. Yes, everybody's got a game.
Everybody's got a game.
And then you have retailers, right? You know, my store, Moses' store, whatever, people in the street level. Moses is in, there he is. He said 21st century style business. You know what I'm saying? With the streaming, and he's got a great operation. The marketing is great. The watches, the Rolexes, are like Jiffy Pop popcorn. Yeah. What is it, this, bro? Platinum. Wow. Right. How much you get this for?
So the client originally paid $175,000. I'm asking $90,000 for it now.
Yes.
Half off.
This is so beautiful, people.
Presidential, then it's all across the top quality.
Yeah, that's he buys it for one
Nah.
price, sells it for another. He does it over and over again.
That was good.
Real money is coming in.
Let's get it, dog.
Social media presence that makes the business and the fact that you got all the great things. The social media most. Everyone does everything over here, you know what I mean? You just stand out some way somehow.
Let's get it, dog, bro.
They paved the way for all of us. They go with the Max, there's no other than just shoot the way.
Everybody contributes something.
This is a different dynamic that people don't understand.
And we're exporting the Jewish culture
Jewish culture
to the world. Yeah. Did you finish this yourself?
No, I bought from someone that made this.
He knows how to buy. He knows how to buy.
So I heard that was
Yeah, he's good. He forced me into the far boost and I didn't have time to go back.
He told me, he said, always remember, you make money when you buy. And ever since then, he changed my life. If you know value and you know Joseph how to sell, okay. My philosophy is buying $1 for 50 or 60 cents. That's right. And then I sell it for 90 cents. So everyone's happy. Everybody
Except me.
But how about the regular stuff? How about like the 5K default? Is that something you can flip or you can do? Today, what do we sell? We sold a 501 fancy yellow VVS store cheap natural, fancy yellow, and that's so okay if you ask for it. Or you just had it. We had it, we showed it to our client. We showed it to our client. So the business brings business.
It's crazy, guys.
It's
crazy.
Cheap. Exactly. This is what I do. Just sell a little low. Exactly. They say, Moses, they see what you buy it for, though. How can you sell it for such a profit? And then I tell them this. I say, if you were to find $100 on the street, would you sell it to me for $50 or no? You wouldn't, right? Because the value of the book. Right. You sell it for $95 and everyone comes happy. Yeah.
Ooh, 6 to 9. Better than 6-7, by the way. I deserve to lose this, but I'm gonna get to plat 3 sometime.
Well, listen. It's good to see me.
Oh, damn. I can still win. Let's go.
You guys just, wow, let's see, you got tracks on the street, man, and he hangs out here. And he just says friends for everyone. I mean, all kinds of people. Tracks MLC is the best, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.
It's for us both.
The tracks in here.
That was good.
GIA.
But they're not, you know, I gotta wait and see what this guy is gonna do.
We made it to the Mecca of the jewelry industry. GIA.
Damn, this guy's crazy.
We're just gonna hang out. That's right, we're shooting the breeze.
So Martin started.
That guy's really good.
1978. I started GIA in 1970.
I don't know how he does
And
those
there were
shots.
90 people then. Today they're about 3,300 around the world. And at that time, I did everything. I mean, that's So originally system in the mid-40s. This Litico, he was a Renaissance man. Wrote almost all the textbooks and all the material. And then when I left California, I came and worked for Bob Conner. And Litico called him the greatest gemologist in jazz history, which is probably still the case. So I learned a lot. Essentially, I was with the two maestros for decades. So I was in the right place at the right time. Just by luck. I started a lab in California, and I think we had 9 people.
How old were you at that time?
21.
Wow.
We used to rotate on a weekly basis that I would do the intake. They would take in their stone, give them a receipt, etc. Ultimately, also like graded it at one thing. But part of my responsibility in doing it too, I had to return the stone, but I had to laminate the reports, and cut the plastic off, and then give it back. And that was back, and then take a check.
Any special gems of your career? You're at the top of the gemology world.
People ask me that question all the time, and I'll answer it, but I don't answer it because I'm hoping
That's crazy.
That's what I saw.
Right.
So I never like to miss a day
Whoa.
because I'm afraid I could miss.
Nice shot. That one was really fast.
To answer your question,
Oh, I wanted to see the speed. That was so fast.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And I hope for it every day. The Hope Diamond, ripped from an ancient Indian idol centuries ago. This cursed 45.52 carat deep blue monster
Oh.
beheadings,
Oh.
and madness across France, England, and beyond.
Oh, France, England, and beyond.
Winston tossed the world's most dangerous gem into a plain envelope and mailed it for $2.44 postage. Today, locked behind bulletproof glass and circled by 16 icy diamonds, it lures over 7 million souls a year.
Bro, I wanna win. I don't care about your annoying sister. But it makes sense that sisters are annoying. I didn't know about it, but makes sense.
You graded the Hope Diamond?
Yeah, so it was taken out. It was taken out. Now I know you wear the blue suit. Yeah. It's like, oh, Evelyn Warren was the previous owner. And I don't remember which party brother sold it to her. By then, I had a reputation of having bad luck.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And I'm worried about it. And I think she had a child that died, that you can read the history. Stop promoting the radio, taking all these things. And I'm thinking, one for bad luck. And there was another.
Oh, that was a good shot. First, it's weird that I wasn't expecting it. Okay, whatever.
What is that?
It's a nice blue. You can look at another. Yeah, 30. The world wanted to, a lot of people wanted to know, is it part of the Hope Diamond? And it had a similar appearance.
Right.
Both had this red phosphorescence, like this, that right here. When you excite a short wave ultraviolet, it glowed like a Christmas red ball.
Wow.
You turn the light off, it would sit there for a few minutes with this red ball.
Wow.
Super cool.
The genius of the GIA is this relay kind of situation we see here. This trilogy, or this trillion, or not exactly question, of energy in the GIA. Because what they do is they say, okay, we're going to teach you gemology. We're going to tell you what is it the year and a half, we're going to give you what is courses. But courses without grading is useless. So what happens is not only they teach you about the diamond, and then they take the physical diamond and they give you a report, and then you go the technology, the research division. Because how can you know if a diamond is synthetic? How can you know if a diamond is a D? How can you know if a diamond is treated? And so what the JAs essentially doing is they're tying together the idea of education, grading.
Could be lag. Like, he might just be coming up with excuses.
Of each other.
Like, a lot of them, actually the thing is I believe he had lag, but the thing is I believe the lag didn't cause anything, because usually lag doesn't actually cause anything. Sometimes it does.
Diamond business to what it is today, which is pretty incredible, and it's a privilege to see and a privilege to participate in.
Sticky feet, that's sticky, stickies.
You get that dust off your shoes that you give them at the crib when friends come over. What is this thing?
So, What I'm gonna tell you happens in 1.8 seconds. So you get an
Okay,
active handler.
it's not
we
doing
determine
it.
it's natural. We
Oh,
look
nice.
or identify synthetic diamonds, color grade. All of that takes 1.8 seconds.
So
Don't go for aerial. This is a really good lesson to not go for aerial.
for this industry. I mean, how
Like
many
he just left that for me.
Our design, we have about 10.
Okay, so you had engineers make this for you? Yeah, well,
You can sell me to Palestine. The thing is, it's most likely gonna be,
More than 20,000 can produce that many.
20,000 global GIA grades. Gems per day. That's a lot of gems, man. Oh, you're right. This is the GIA headquarters here in New York City, the GIA building. You know,
20,000 a day, oh my gosh.
So, there's not a lot we could show in the GIA building, but even what we've done so far is pretty awesome. What is this? Somebody gifted it to GIA?
This is actually a nice card.
This is amazing. This is amazing. This is like a museum piece. This is like something you'd see at the How much is the value of something?
Oh shit.
So the year is 1950, something, 1952, and then these individuals,
Robert Cutting Shield, Bert Packard, and Unismart. So they were,
at that time.
So this is protesting, right? They're doing protesting.
Right, that's the beginning.
Yeah, this is the U.S. Army field unit they used to drop out of planes in World War II.
Nice.
Protest drills.
Wow. And here, this is actually a little.
Damn,
This is
son.
actually
Richard Zwitka.
Nanami desu. That sounds Japanese.
And he kept the seriousness of the business, right? Because GIA is so serious, no nonsense, clean, immaculate, looking at the gems, nothing. Not like us in the 64 West. Alright? It's like a cartoon character to these people. It's amazing heritage, sir. Amazing heritage. Thank you for the tour. It's incredible. So we took the diamond journey from the roof to the finished good. What an incredible journey it is. We've seen rough, we've seen fenders, we've seen severs, we've seen it all. Time to go. Time to go. And that's why like 47 just joke cases. Oh, here's a window for rent. These things sell for like $5,000 just for a roll.
That's terrible.
Here's your chance to join. The watches.
Okay, here we go. This single mom is blowing up on TikTok for creating a date deposit app, so she will only date men and pre-deposit her date preparation costs ahead of time.
After I said I would require a deposit to take me on a date to cover my date preparation costs, I'm now working with an app developer to make this a reality. I'm not even exaggerating when I tell you this is the best damn dating app you have ever seen, because there is a clear difference here where the woman can set the deposit rate and the man can pay for her date preparation costs. The woman, you're going to walk into the date already so happy, and that's going to lead to a better
I was gonna save that if it was there for half a second longer, but sure.
So when people ask, how did you meet? You can say, he courted me. So cute! The website already looks absolutely stunning, and the app itself, incredible. All of the features.
Just let them be horses. Really, just make it legal. I mean, they obviously want to do this. Just let them do it. We don't need to have all the dog and pony show where, oh no, it's not really, it's escorting. No, it's not prostitution, guys. It's companionship. Just be a whore, okay? We've been doing this for thousands of years.
Unique and nothing like you've ever seen.
No, it's unique. What do you mean? We had this app 3,000 years ago. This is the oldest app. It's older than Google.
I just did.
The worst. Let's make dating fun again. Your idea of fun is men giving you money. Many such cases.
Presented without comment.
Perks of being a single mom after dating a toxic man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you take congratulations, you've invented prostitution. Like, the hookers are evolving. Yeah. What is it when you have to pay a woman money for their time and affection?
She was a hooker.
For a handful of years now, I've made an effort to occasionally tune in and try and keep my finger on the pulse
of wacky stories coming out of Australia. It's been a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine. I've just noticed some similarities between some of the crazy stories here in Florida and the weird and wild stories of Australia. One of my favorites being this almost Lord of the Rings style plot and adventure where there was a business that was illegally dumping trash. And what would happen is the service would be called upon, like in one of the cases, they were tasked with getting rid of a huge refrigerator. And a guy shows up, takes the refrigerator, walks it down the street, and then just dumps it on the street, basically just like timber, tips over the fridge on the street, just like illegally dumping the trash everywhere. And then there's a huge investigation as well as like attempted scammer, just stuff like that I find to be endlessly fascinating. So I like to check in occasionally, see if there's any quirkiness like that going on there. And today during one of my check-ins, I found something mind-boggling that I've just got to...
It's crazy, I just
Police
did
have taken a young Meadowbank woman to court, alleging she left an anti-Semitic voice message for a well-known nutritionist just days after the Bondi attack. But the accused's lawyer says it was an accidental pocket dial, and the charges are a massive overreach.
Yep. In a nutshell, there is a nutritionist claiming that an empty voicemail she received was actually an anti-Semitic voicemail. She reported it to authorities because she believed, in this voicemail, which has no words, no nothing, mind you, she believed she heard gunshots there in the emptiness, in the void. So she contacted authorities. Authorities showed up at this woman's house the next day and are now attempting to charge her with an anti-Semitic hate crime.
Serena Tanuri charged with harassing Mandy Sacker, a nutritionist of Jewish faith she'd never met but seen on TV and social media. The alleged offending contained in a voicemail 1 week after the Bondi massacre.
Obviously, the Bondi massacre is a tragic, fucking horrible thing. But it's also entirely unrelated to a completely silent voicemail that was accidentally left on this woman's phone. It was, by all possible accounts here, a butt dial happened at, I believe it was 1:30 a.m. And she didn't even know she had called her in the first place, so when authorities arrived at her house, she didn't even know what was going on. She immediately gave them access to her phone, everything like that. And this whole story just seems fucking absurd.
All the circumstances of this case point in one direction. It is an accidental call.
Serena's lawyer noting his client who works at Bunnings has a severe intellectual and cognitive disability supported by the NDIS.
She's not anti-Semitic. She doesn't even understand the conflict.
I also don't understand the conflict. This is actually a fucking nothing burger that is now positioned to maybe ruin this woman's life all because of accidentally calling someone that she was attempting to get nutritional advice from. I can't even imagine a world where there'd be gunshots on a voicemail to intimidate her. Like, what would that even be like? She calls her up and then lets the voicemail play for 4 minutes, and then I guess at one point just like Yosemite Sam breaks out fucking, Kimbo revolvers to scare her. Like, what the fuck is that? That would never happen. Or like maybe she's assuming that the gunshots she heard in the voicemail was heard maybe playing like a soundboard of gunshots or like...
I was gonna score that, and he just randomly did it.
Why would she think that there are gunshot sounds on her voicemail that doesn't even check out logically? Why would she start shooting a gun on voicemail as a means of intimidating her? Someone she has never met before, and someone who had just previously, earlier that day, sent her text messages, very politely asking for nutritional advice and seemingly looking to, pay her for nutritional advice, after seeing that she has successfully done that for others. So why would her conclusion that she draws from an empty voicemail that's like 4 minutes long be, this must have been gunshots to intimidate me and scare me, this is an anti-Semitic hate crime? That's just fucking unhinged thought process.
It's alleged Serena sent a text to Mandy, writing, "Hey, how are you? Is this Mandy? I saw somewhere that you helped Katie from Married at First Sight with her nutrition. I was wondering if you could help me as well, Serena." Around 5 hours later, a call from Serena's number went to Mandy's voicemail. No voices were heard on the recording, but Mandy claims she heard sounds she believed were gunshots, causing her immediate fear and nervousness.
It could be a bed creaking, it could be someone snoring.
It could be a million things, the least likely being gunshots. It sounds, by all evidence here, to be an accidental butt dial. And guess what? When an accidental call comes through, you're gonna hear some weird noises and some creaks and moans and stuff like that, like you're playing fucking Amnesia Dark Descent or something. Because, again, it's a butt dial. It's an accident. My dad sometimes forgets to hang up the phone when we're done talking, and sometimes, I don't know, out of curiosity, just continue to listen to hear what's going on around him. And that shit sounds like I've just taken a trip into his fucking gullet through the magic school bus with Miss Frizzle. I'm hearing all kinds of weird noises. But I'm not under the impression that my dad just then went into a fucking firefight or something. Like, I don't know how you even jumped to that conclusion that those noises that you were hearing in the background of an indie voicemail were gunshots. Like, I don't know how in the silence she's getting gunshots and whatever going on there. I so desperately wish they released the voicemail to the public. That is not accessible as of this moment. I don't know if it ever will be, but oh my god, fingers crossed they eventually release that. I'm so curious to hear it. And the woman here that's accused of an anti-Semitic hate crime does not appear to be an anti-Semite. This appears to be a woman who had no idea of her faith or anything beforehand, and had no idea what was even going on here, why she had like agents at her doorstep demanding her phone in the first place.
Saka contacted a community security group who alerted police. Serena
We're
claims
pretty
the
bad.
first she knew about the voicemail was when detectives arrived on her doorstep the next day. She willingly handed over her phone and gave them access to everything on it.
I don't know.
Until the point she was charged by the police, she did not even know that the complainant was of the Jewish faith.
I imagine that's gotta be the most confusing situation to be unfolding. You just now have some agents at your door demanding your phone. You give them your phone out of fear, and then you find out later that it's all because of a voicemail you didn't even know you left in the first place that is now being labeled as anti-Semitic against someone who you didn't even know was of the Jewish faith in the first place. And also, according to the reporter here, Serena is apparently someone that expresses no interest in politics or religion to begin with. So it makes even less sense why Serena would be leaving an anti-Semitic voicemail in the first place with gunshots on it to try and threaten someone that she was trying to look for help from. Nothing adds up about this. I don't understand why there are now potential anti-Semitic hate crime charges being pursued against Serena over actually fucking nothing. I have to imagine some of the authorities have taken a listen to that voicemail, right? Wouldn't they want to employ some level of common sense like, that's probably not gunshots, like that could be a million things and gunshots.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about, to be honest. I don't even know who he was talking to in chat.
Anything like that, I don't know. Maybe this isn't really something we should be putting time and resources into to, attempt to ruin this woman's life over what seems to be, by all evidence, an accident in the first place. Like, why is that not happening there? This makes me feel like if I traveled to Australia, walked down the street, closed my eyes, and just started pointing at people saying I imagine that they said a slur to me, I could get them in trouble.
Today, the newlywed pleaded not guilty to using a carriage service to menace, harass, or offend. In these sensitive times, her lawyer stressed they weren't critical of the complainant.
I just hope police use some common sense here.
You and me both, man. I would hope common sense will prevail here. Unless that voicemail is really damn, which I doubt. It seems like a fucking butt dial at 1:30 a.m. and she started like fucking hallucinating gunshot sounds in it. I do not think this was an anti-Semitic hate crime where she left a
I mean, it literally could be possible.
to scare her.
I don't think it is either, though.
26-year-old who has also been linked with an AVO pleaded not guilty today. The case is listed for next month when a decision will be made on whether the charge is dropped or if the matter goes to a hearing.
I'm very shocked to hear the charge from police, especially like with mental health.
Just wish people would understand.
I'd never heard of AVO before. I thought this was like a separate charge she was also given here for this voicemail. But I looked it up, and it's an apprehended violence order. And in Australia, it's used to protect someone they believe is in need of protection from like harassment, stalking, that kind of thing. So I'm assuming based on the way the reporter presents it, saying that Sarita got hit with an AVO, it means that they believe Mandy was in potential danger from Sarita doing something. So now they've served her an AVO to protect Mandy from Sarita, all because of an accidental fucking butt dial at 1:30 a.m. when she was looking for nutritional advice. Quite the circus, I would say here. I'm hoping that the charges get dropped and that it doesn't go to a hearing for some reason, because I truly cannot imagine a world where this is an actual anti-Semitic hate crime, where she was shooting a gun on voicemail to scare a nutritionist she was looking for advice from. But I guess we'll see. I'm very curious to see where it goes in a month here, to see if it does progress further. Hopefully it doesn't, but we'll see. That's really about it. So yeah.
So, anti-ICE rioters have now seized control of the road outside Minneapolis, blocking vehicles to ensure occupants aren't Nazis before allowing them to pass. Just what I said. They're introducing their own traffic stops, and ideological traffic stops.
That's what a Nazi would say. Not a Nazi!
Look. And then you have this here, rioters are attempting to break down the fence outside the Minneapolis ICE facility. Yet another rioter jumped in and said, "We don't have the numbers yet." We're gonna break it down, guys, break it down! Oh, and look at this here, guys. Anti-ICE protesters stormed the Capitol. I've seen this before. Yep. Asylums, yep.
Damn, that was a good one.
Look at it, bro. Jesus. So they tried to have a protest, and this is it. They're
Damn, that guy's 7'6", that's crazy.
Wow. So this is over in Florida.
You need to tune back in and listen.
Okay, let me listen.
The reason that you see ICE flooding into Minnesota and Minneapolis,
Wait, that's not. It's this one. What? It's not even that one. It's this
by the local police department, where there's outstanding.
I don't know what I'm.
It's the laws that they've passed that's created the environment for ICE to have to go there and do it all on their own.
This messaging needs to be spread way more. Not holding these people accountable when they get arrested is causing all these secondary problems to happen.
They're telling the city, the county, or the state prison system, turn these illegals that have committed crime back out into the community.
Isn't this insane?
All of this could have been avoided. All of this could have been. You don't see that happening in Florida. It's created by the law and the practice and the policy of the elected officials at the state level, the county level, and the city level.
You can smell me. Too free to fucking Palestine.
That think it's all right to oppose the law. That's why we call this the free state of Florida, because we're for the people. They're for the criminals.
This is a $2 keyboard. This is a $20 keyboard. This is a $200 keyboard. And we're about to go all the way up to $20,000 to find out what you actually get by paying more with this guy. Professional keyboard enjoyer. Glasses, that's my calling card. So if you want a keyboard but you've got $2 to spend, you kind of have to accept that it might come in a tube.
I think if you have $2, you should just not buy the keyboard.
Kind of like a wet sheet of lasagna.
I'd prefer. Can I take this? Listen to the. It's just if you change the table, you're gonna have a different keyboard. There should be no keyboard that has 11 keys on the bottom row.
In a tube somewhere. See, basically all budget keyboards are membrane keyboards, where each key is resting on a little rubber dome that keeps it up, and by pressing the key, you're essentially squishing the rubber dome down until the metal contact pad on the dome connects with the metal contact pad on the board, and the key press is registered. What would you give it out of 10?
The smallest rating above 0 possible. I'll give it 0.1 because it is a functioning keyboard. You're not getting any points out of me or something like this. Roll it out.
$10 gets you a box. And not just a box, you even get a name on that box. Logic.
A box? What's a box? It's a box. It's not a box.
So, still the same memory mechanism, obviously. At least we have a surface behind it.
It's still bad, but okay.
I don't know, there's something about the last one makes this feel like a luxury experience.
I'm not just feeling the desk underneath my fingers, and I don't feel like I'm on this one. I'm trying to feel precisely how consistent the key press is.
It's very much not precise, right? Because there's no guiding structure.
I just feel a lot of
We do also now get these kickstarts.
Nice, I'm flat 3. Oh my gosh, I'm flat 3. Let's go.
You have to bend your wrist upward, which is more straight. I would call this a
Let's go.
2.
I put a 0.2, 0.2,
I accept 1. Let's jump all the way to $30, because at this price, we can go wireless. Right, but it's not just that. The key upgrade this time is switches.
Key upgrade
What?
switches should never be in the same sentence.
It's better.
Oh, it's better.
So like every $30 keyboard, what we have here is still memory, but now the rubber nodes are combined with an extra plastic scissor mechanism that provides a more rigid structure, making each press feel very consistent.
The sound doesn't genuinely collide.
At what price point are you expecting these keyboards to start doing the je ne sais quoi?
50 to 100, I would say. Having Bluetooth being wireless, I'll give it a point just for that. Not having wires what is very, very convenient.
How clean is your desk?
It's very dicey.
Oh.
Yeah, loads of I like the idea. I don't know why I mentioned that about wireless. I usually plug in wireless.
It's great because we're playing hoops now. We already beat 1v1.
I would go 2.5 out of 10.
I'll go 2.5. I was going to go 1.5. I'm giving you a point for wireless.
Which, as we discussed, is very important.
Okay, I can't live without
$50 is where we shift into the gamer zone with our first entry-level mechanical board. And this is a complete switch up, because instead of squishing down a mushy piece of rubber, every mechanical key has a bunch of parts. When you press down the keycap, you're also pressing down the stem underneath it. There's a spring, which makes sure you're getting just the right amount of resistance, and then there's 2 metal contacts sitting on either side of that stem. They're separated, but it's when you push that stem to its actuation point that those contacts are allowed to touch, and that's what registers the key press. The benefit being that, unlike rubber node, this mechanism is so controlled that it feels exactly the same every time you do it. And also how you no longer need to bottom up the keys, pushing them all the way till the base. In theory, there's less fatigue and faster typing.
Oh, much better. Although, why is that keyboard working? That's so good. Can I just...
That's one caveat to look out for with entry-level mechanical keyboards. Trying to squeeze so much in that it's gonna cut some corners. These are double-shot keys, which means the letters are not like the sticker on top, they're actually part of it. So this is the first time we actually have N key rollover. So you can just go like this, and every single one of those key presses would be registered.
You can smell me just talking. I was fine.
Please. This is the first keyboard with software. The funny thing about the software, you can't make it.
No.
Try it. I guess just the fact that we have RGB lighting is in itself a big improvement.
Yeah.
Has a bit of like a clang.
Oh, yeah, it's open case design is not helping you very much.
Design is
Keyboard
not.
gave it 2.52. I would actually go as far as to say this probably doubles that, but then take away 1 point for this monstrosity.
I can get behind that. I might have to give like a 3.5, just to be different.
But then, if $50 already gets you into the prestigious Mechanical Keys Club, then you might be wondering, why would you ever spend more than that? Well, many people will, because really you've got to spend $100 or more to get the next noticeable step up. Because it turns out there are different brands of mechanical switches. The ones you find in most entry-level keyboards are Otomu. They're 90% of the performance for 50% of the price. But the Gateron switches here, in our $120 board, should be, in theory, smoother, less scratchy, and even more precise. He's happy. He's happy.
This is more or less speed.
I've never seen him smile before.
I haven't. It looks like it's got stabilizers.
Bro, what is my
This key
teammate
is more guided than before. I press the key here, or I press
Yeah,
the key here.
I don't know what my teammate is.
It's doing the same thing and feels the same.
Which is the point of a good stabilizer. I think we're at the point where this is the kind of keyboard I wouldn't mind gifting somebody to say, hey, this is why I like keyboards. Wow. This is... Okay.
The other reason this feels so much better is at this luxury price, you can also expect sound-absorbing foam in the body, as well as something called gaskets, which are essentially a whole layer of tiny, soft, elastic pieces sitting between the hard components of the board, which reduce the internal vibrations and therefore the harshness of the sound.
Having that bump in between the top press somewhere here at the bottom to tell you where you activate that switch fills me with so much joy.
And yet that's actually the other reason that this feels so good. There's not just brands, there's also three main different styles of switch. The main ones being linear, which feel very smooth and quiet as you press them down. Tactile, which are still quiet at a little bump, usually at the actuation point of the key, so you can feel that you've pressed it right. And then clicky, which also adds an audible cue at that same point to really reinforce the activation. So the $50 board is linear, this $20 board has tactile switches. So the keys go down like this. It's actually a world of difference.
I also think these switches are lubed differently, maybe a bit more heavily than these. I think the springs are a lot quieter on this one. That's because of the... It's because of the lubricant, yes.
Should not that
As far as knobs go, there's no way to... It's a rotary encoder.
It's fairly responsive.
I'm not a fan of this. It feels like it's badly positioned.
You're going to spend a lot of time brushing against backspace. But I will say right off the bat, the software looks about a million times better than $50 board.
It's filling up the screen, which is nice.
But you can actually select the individual keys to apply effects to them.
Oh, okay. That's really intuitive as well. The thing I like the most, which I really love about this, it's in your browser. I don't need to download some more bloatware or whatever. That for me already gets it like 5 extra points.
What is that?
5 extra points!
It's off like keyboard.
Anything kind of
Okay, it just made me mad, but the thing is I probably wouldn't have made it in
see
either.
the backlight behind the keys, not shining through them. I've tried turning all the lights off. This doesn't allow me to actually properly see the keys.
Unless you're very comfortable with touch typing, this amount of light is not going to age you in the dark.
I'm thinking for this one, we go 6 to 7.
Give it a 6, 7. I'm sorry.
Do you
I held that in for so long.
Time for another major switch up in the world of the keyboard, because at around $200 you can get yourself Hall Effect mechanical switches. Well, that's interesting. The board's so fancy that you even get to build it yourself. So the really cool thing about Hall Effect switches is instead of metal contacts that only have 2 states, connected and then not connected, these use magnets under the keys, which basically gives you a sliding scale of inputs the closer they get to the magnetic field detectors on the board itself. So a lot of people would consider this the holy grail of mechanical key switches.
Whoa,
because
that's
it means,
crazy.
well, first of all, you can push this key down and decide at what point during that process you want the key press to be registered. It's really impressive seeing it on the software. It's tracking it so precisely, so you can decide if you wanted to just brush your keys or smack your keys. It's up to you. Brutoso is such a great name. It's way more dynamic than the other one. It actually shows you in real time the effects on screen.
Being able to customize the activation point, the effects of individual switches is super cool. It's rack triggered.
So instead of the key
Please,
needing to return
wait, I hope I don't get...
just let it come up a tiny
Oh, I'm still
and
quite
activate it
nice.
again.
That was actually a cheat that was so good, I think, for certain keyboards that got banned because it was that
Right.
much of a competitor to Sonys. That being said, I do hate this
So that's
keyboard.
cool.
I just think for $200 you're getting a lot of function, but not a lot of keyboard. And I like keyboard.
Or the other side effect of the fact that this is Hall Effect is this has analog mode. Let's say you're playing a racing game and you're driving. How much you push down one of the keys could determine how much gas you put in the car.
But mine's on that's super cool. If you were to bring back the $50 one to compare it in terms of typing experience.
Let's go. Gotta do good
To me,
here.
that feels like many subtle improvements. $100 keyboard.
For me, I will take this 100 times out of 100.
I also think these keys have
I got like
than these ones.
something
It's
in
not
my
that
eye.
on-button switches naturally feel worse than
Oh, I
non-button
got it.
switches. It's just that you may prefer
Oof.
non. If I was
I
like,
didn't
take this, if it was off,
get enough
take this,
boost.
which means we gave that a 6.
The thing is, it's good to use boost, but not enough. But not too much, I mean.
2.5.
Okay, 6.
7. I don't think it's 6.5.
I didn't say 6.5, I said 6.
Oh, the 0.5 was like, I think this represents where keyboards kind of tail off into their own things, and I don't think
Nice.
either is better or worse. So I can't
That was a hard
as
save, by the way.
keyboard enthusiasts give this a higher or lower score.
Yeah, okay, fine. So we'll say both are 6.5.
You said 6.
So where do we even go from there? Well, $300 buys you the luxury of being able to miniaturize key switch tech, if you so wish. You can get a keyboard that's portable, low profile, and somehow still mechanical. This is actually very impressive how thin that is, considering these are mechanical switches. Lighting is a little dimmer. They probably had to sacrifice the size
Totally
of the
lag.
because of the
I don't
thickness.
think lag is
I
a
quite
thing.
like it. Because it's low profile, it has a similar feel to like the Apple keyboard. But with the extra tactility and stability of mechanical, is
What
really
is my
better than the Apple
teammate
keyboard.
doing? Okay, he got it. He did a good
Comparison,
move.
what I liked about this is push it down.
Ooh, I was gonna
And then you
score
hit the
that.
actuation point and then
That's
suddenly you
really
feel
annoying
the
with
bump.
that.
Whereas here, the whole thing is bump. It's still a nice typing experience, but it almost feels a bit less sophisticated.
I think it's the best you can do with such a short travel distance. This is the best iteration of any kind of normal, in my opinion, ever made. I don't rush my keys with it. I can quickly find out I'm doing something. I'll return it.
Why am I so bad at this sun at hoops?
Give this a 5.5.
I would go 6.5, evening out to a 6.
So it's a 5.5. Joshua, what do you think it should be?
Please, please help. Please.
So
No, don't say that. Don't encourage him.
there you go. We agreed.
Sick of you.
I'm sick of me too.
So the concept of this video is meant to be, here's the features that you can normally expect to get at different price points. But let's just go completely off the rails for a minute, because I want to show you something crazy at $350.
What?
Final House Centerpiece Pro.
How did you get this?
Thoughts on the keyboard?
How did you get this? I've been trying to anyways. Holy moly. I have made many a comment about this. Wouldn't be good. I think I'd be tackling it today.
You're almost scared to.
Yeah. I don't know if you see it from my Apple, but seeing
Bro, that's not a fake, that's just an unreachable shot, which is also good, by the way. Like, very good. It's not faking. There's just no way I would have got that in.
That, for example,
It's just
see, it
good.
balance out every one of the keys.
I don't know what that was.
So
That
in
was
theory, you can also then move around the letters. So let's say you decided that this was the angle that was set from your keyboard. You could put them in the top corner.
having a keyboard that prioritizes looking at your keyboard is about the dumbest thing ever. The keyboard is
They're crazy. I mean, I know those were too easy saved, but still, they're not that easy.
This one's called Paintball. Oh my goodness, man. Every single key.
It is really cool though. The keycaps are also really quite clear.
This also has its own GPU, which is allowing it to make the effects interactive.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. So what did you do today? I played Flappy Bird on the keyboard.
You played Flappy. This has everything we've covered so far.
Ooh,
It's
we're
all
so
about
close to
it's got
scoring, but we
switches,
never.
But also it has a 2K resolution display underneath the keys.
Oh, shit, what did
The issue for me, you know, I'm getting reflections on the keys themselves.
Which means that even in its standard form, it's still dumb. I'll give it a 3, so the score is going down.
I think we should just top out at 5.
Okay, let's go 5.
Now, the first impression of the $500 keyboard might seem a little basic compared to that light show that had some keys on it. But this is what happens when you absolutely master
Bro,
those
we're
basics.
gonna
This
lose
multiplies
like crazy.
truly everything more. Think every feature
I don't
is
get why he's laughing.
instead of just sound
He's
reducing
just
foam, there are
victimizing
separate
him.
layers
I don't know.
The gaskets, the cushiony bits inside are now
I think it's
adjustable. The
dumb.
processors are even higher quality, using OLED display
That's
to
what
control
he's
lighting
saying.
modes. I've even set mine to type
I don't know, he's already winning. I don't know why he
It
plays.
looks like a weapon that I would use.
Okay, that's going in.
It feels like one too. Like,
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's solid.
We've kind of noticed as the prices got more expensive, the keyboards have felt more and more weighty and planted. This is like the ultimate version of that.
This is the most wondrous sound keyboard so far. I quite like this light, clacky sound. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Really?
Which is polling
They can say that? Like, that was a crazy show.
reports to the PC. Let's get the $10 keyboard. Bring back the memories.
No.
This $10 keyboard, which is wired by the way, has a 100 Hz polling rate. That has 8,000 wireless. Can you tell?
Yeah, no.
Which is interesting in itself, right?
I don't know what he's saying. Okay, whatever.
Gaming, you'll be able to tell, but you're probably not good enough for it to matter.
Yeah,
is the assumption.
Equipment probably helps.
You also get a wrist rest, which
What?
isn't usually heavy.
Okay, that is a dense wrist rest.
And then OLED display, which feels so extra.
They're so retarded, I don't know what to say.
Just allow you to control brightness.
They're just
but also
retarded.
control the PC itself, like. Actually, funnily enough, fan speed sounds good, and it
Okay,
feels
whatever.
like there's no resistance when I'm typing capital. Rating-wise, I am siding.
Weirdly, this is usually when my parents are asleep. I don't know why. It's like 10:08 right now.
I'll give it. And so you might be thinking now, $500 already gets you every single pro-level feature that exists. So why would anyone ever spend more than that, let alone $20,000? Well, beyond this price, I would say...
Well, I gotta use the Israeli flag now, because there's these random people that are like, oh, ha ha ha, we hate Israel. Like, I don't know, I have to do it. I was gonna change to an American flag sometime, but I don't know. There are really dumb people on the internet. I gotta get the word out. Okay.
I was gonna give you that. And you just
Just
so you know, 3 years ago, this guy came to my house and built me an entire keyboard just to rickroll me. And today was the day I went to get my revenge. You ruined my entire sponsor spot. I had a whole thing. Do you know the idea of this keyboard? Yeah. So you connect to a mobile app, the app shows you the notes coming, and you kind of play along basically like guitar. It's got the upside that it's teaching you a very real instrument by the end of it.
I actually really like this.
There's one level to this that you might not see coming.
A few moments later.
Try and play.
Oh!
That is infrared cameras that are looking at all 27 joints in each of your hands to make sure that you're playing each note with the right technique.
This is kind of cool.
And now try to play with a different finger.
Oh! That's good! And it highlights the finger it's supposed to play with, so I can technically a good pianist as well.
Think below for all. Now for the crazy keyboards. For example, $725 gets you the Angry Meow Neon 80, a keyboard with apparently 4-dimensional RGB matrix lighting effects.
That's a crazy thing.
What is that, just extra noob? Is it double?
Triple. PE phone is one to change the sound to this kind of like thocky sound that you're hearing.
The RGB is absolutely bonkers.
It's also the heaviest keyboard by a decent amount.
It's 389 LEDs. It's the most similar to the Final Mouse. Which would you pick?
I wouldn't really have either, but I could turn this off and still have a good keyboard experience. And when I turn it on and show people like, oh, look at my thing, it does that.
Please say that again.
Oh, no, this is the art of keyboards.
8.5.
I'll give it an 8.
So 8.25, the highest joint score.
It's an 8.
$1,000 gets us something completely custom. This is a one-of-one Mr. Who's Boss edition keyboard, which is absolutely giant.
This is the kind of keyboard that will show up on the Colossus channel. There's what, like 200 keys there?
Super and hyper and meta. You feel like you should be piloting the Death Star. Hot take, I don't like this as much as the last one.
This is cool. I'm a fan of this. I also just love how this looks. Oh, that's so cool. I'm so jealous.
I don't like it as much as the last one, I'd say 7.
I'd give it a 7. We agreed.
You know what, we actually did, fine, perfect. Now it is difficult to spend more than that, even if you try. I actually have to commission someone to upgrade.
That's so annoying. He just went on the bump.
So
Okay, whatever.
it's all about hand craftsmanship. It's about.
He just like flew on the bump, like, or, I don't know, that's so dumb.
Has a
Like, how can he possibly be that bad? Yeah, nice. He was gonna save it if he didn't go on there.
Having actually upgraded to very nice keyboards, this feels like a step back to me.
99% of the budget was spent here, and 1% of the budget was spent on the keycaps. This is like 50 cent gold, and this is,
I think that's real gold.
Real gold. Wow. First time I've seen gold on a keyboard. The $50 keyboard is about this level.
Yeah, not much sound dampening inside of it. Given that the basic mechanical keyboard was a 4, I'm thinking 5.
Yeah, I give it a 4.5.
So if $2,000 is basically the upper limit of what you can buy, you might be wondering how on earth you get to 20,000 on one keyboard. Well, that's what happens when you try and build it.
I built a lot of keyboards. We made yours, but that was only maybe a couple hundred.
Wow, cheap out, why didn't you?
A couple of years back, we built maybe the
Nice.
keyboard and the worst keyboard.
Oh, let's
we
go.
decided that the keyboard record had to be ours. At the time, Razer had a $5 keyboard, and I asked them to buy it, and they said, no, that's what it's good. I made my own.
Oof. 2v2? Okay, let's do this, guys. Gotta win this.
I hate to think what it looks like underneath there. Oh my god. Finish it off.
So everything here is built 27 times larger than original. Wow.
These are novelties, big switches, was a collaboration to make a novelty switch that actually had all of the functioning components of an MS switch.
And so I'm assuming they made this for someone to buy one of them, not to...
We sold them out globally everywhere. They actually had to make more and put in an order to fulfill our order.
That's actually like the best possible way of seeing how the key works. I'm actually starting to wonder how you managed to do it within $20,000. Did you just type what I think you typed?
Straight fire arrows from a song that was really dear to your heart.
Do you know what's funny?
Oh no.
It's really funny. Every single time my finger has touched a key this video, I have been writing lyrics. It's crazy, it's blowing my mind. But this is possible.
What would you rate out of 10? Why is it 12?
Yeah, 1 and 2 is about the right ballpark. I prefer the $300 keyboard. I prefer the $100 board as well. I also prefer the $50 board.
There's a lot of boards you prefer in this keyboard. You've named like half of them. Anything else you want to get?
Seriously, my god!
Anything else you want to get out of the way? Then it gets in front of $2 as well.
No, actually.
Oh, good.
I think it's fair to give you a 4.
Out of 3?
Whatever you want, you can have it.
I want it to be a 12 out of 10.
Fine.
So we're agreed to 4 out of 3. Thanks for having me on the channel.
Okay.
I make videos. Okay.
You can smell me, 2 fucking pallets on. Porsche Saxi is real. I think, bro, if he wasn't a Muslim, that guy, he wouldn't be like, oh, you're heavy. He wouldn't like be like, oh, you're so bad, haha. All of this. Yeah, I don't think. I think normal people don't really care about the conflict. Not vibra. Oof. Okay, that's oh, that was actually very close. I was even basically in, but since there's a rim, it's not in. Okay, I couldn't get back. Partially his problem, but on the other hand, there's no way we would have saved that. Nice. Okay, you got it. Ooh. I'm getting it. Ooh. What is my... What is my teammate doing? He was like not doing anything. What is my teammate doing? Bro, that was my only chance to score because my teammate isn't really doing anything. I'm just gonna say that to make him mad because he is kind of an. Nice, that was good. It's better than it looks. The reality is, he just like played 2 shots out and he literally was AFK. I don't know what happened, but yeah. But I think they're still good. Oof. How did I? Okay, whatever. That was crazy. Oh my god. Oh, not in. That was threatening. Really threatening. I don't know how we won that, to be honest. Oh! What are you doing? Okay. The thing is, it's like 4-3 in real score. So they... My teammate is... I don't know. Oof. Oof. Damn, it's crazy how we... Crazy how not one goal has been scored yet. Nice. Oh my gosh, why do they... Oh my gosh, I would have scored that if that guy hadn't stressed me out. Oof. Yes, okay. Seriously? Oh my gosh, we can maybe lose because of... Yes! Okay, let's go. Let's go! Wow. That was a crazy game. Yeah, I feel like this is unhealthy. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay, bye guys. I'll be back tomorrow, probably. Maybe even today, I don't know. See you.